Hanachini Karagiwi, Hokiago Gawa Hanangshana. In this video, we're going to be talking about telling time. So we're going to be using what we learned in the last video regarding numbers, and we're going to apply that to being able to tell time on the clock. Okay, telling time in Ho-Chunk with Hokiaigu. Okay, so telling time in Ho-Chunk, the basics. What you need to know, you need to have a good understanding of the Ho-Chunk number system, which we went over in the last video. So hopefully, if you don't have a good handle on that, you can always go back and watch that video and practice and get a better handle on it. We need to be able to at least count to 59 or thereabouts. We will be using the word Gichiwi, okay? Gichiwi in place of the English equivalent o'clock. Gichiwi is an onomatopoeia for the chimes of a bell. It's a Ho-Chunk onomatopoeia, I guess, like church bells. Also, we're going to be using the word haicha. Haicha means past or after, okay? So the first thing we need to know or want to understand is how to ask what time it is. It's written at the top of the page, Jana Hanunk, what time is it? Janaha by itself means how many? And then notice the positional at the end of the question. In a Ho-Chunk, talking about time on the clock is in a sitting position or positional, okay? It's a little different than talking about maybe days of the week and years and things like that. In those instances, we would be using a standing positional. But when we're talking about time on a clock, sitting positional, okay? So Jana Hanunk, what time is it? Okay, so here's an example clock, Jana Hanunk. So it's on the clock, 2 o'clock, okay? So hopefully we know the number 2. So here's how we're gonna go about this. Gichiwi nump, nump nunkshana. Gichiwi nump nunkshana. So we have Gichiwi meaning bells, nump, the number 2, followed by the positional. So Jana Hanunk, Gichiwi nump nunkshana, okay? One little thing that I should probably mention is the shana at the end. A lot of times Ho-Chunk likes to end in vowels, unless it's, you know, a question. Notice the question, Jana Hanunk. Well, you don't have, you know, that doesn't end in a vowel, but when we're making a statement, a lot of times Ho-Chunk likes to end in vowels, okay? So that's real basic. That's just real basic time telling. It's not always gonna be 2 o'clock. Sometimes it might be 2:20, okay? So we're gonna learn how to add more numbers to that. Okay, so if you're taking notes, I would recommend writing this down. This is the format that I always use when I teach this, okay? So Gichiwi comes first, sounds of the bell, followed by the hour. Like the last one was 2 o'clock, so it's Gichiwi Nump. And then if we have minutes after that, then we're gonna add Naga. As we learned in the last video, that means and, or in addition to. Then we're gonna add the minutes, so we have pretty much 1 through 59, and then Haicha Nunkshana. If you remember at the beginning, Haicha means after or past, okay? And then the positional. So that's the format. Gichiwi, the hour, Naga, the minutes, Haicha Nunkshana. Obviously, you're gonna be plugging in the Ho-Chunk numbers for the hour and the minutes. Okay, so let's look at these 2 clocks. The first one says 2:20. The second one says about 8:22. If you want to quiz yourself on this, go ahead and pause the video now, write it out on a piece of paper, and then we'll come back and we'll see how you did. So they're similar, but obviously the hours are different, and we're talking about 22 after 8 on the next one. Okay, so for the first clock on the left, the proper time if somebody's asking you what time it is and that's the time on the clock, Jana Hanang. Gichiwi Noop Naga Kerapana Noop Haicha Nankshana. Okay, Gichiwi, sound of the bell. Noop is the hours. In addition to that, Naga 20 past 2. Gichiwi Noop Naga Kerapana Noop Haicha Nankshana. Remember, Haicha is after or past. Okay, the second clock, about 8:22-ish. That's going to be Gichiwi Harawang Naga Kerapana Noop Naga Noop Haicha Nankshana. Hopefully the video at the bottom, I'll have to check that before I publish this, but once again, Gichiwi Harawang Naga Kerapana Noop Naga Noop Haicha Nankshana. 8:22. Okay, so that's telling time in Ho-Chunk. If you have a good grasp of the numbers, just follow the format. Okay, so advanced time telling. I wasn't going to put this on there, but for people that already, have a good handle on numbers and telling time, and maybe not know some of this, or maybe you went through the previous video and you have a good handle on numbers now. This is just going to be something a little bit more advanced that you could use, because in English, we don't always, give the specific time. We can say it's after 3, it's 3:30, or it's, almost 4 o'clock. So there are a few words we can use to tell the time in an imprecise way. The first one is haicha, which we already went over, meaning after or past. Kisak, meaning half. And then there's hikoroho, meaning getting ready to be, okay? So for the first one, it says it's 3:10. It's after 3. You don't have to say 3:10 all the time. You can just say it's after 3. So the proper way to say this would be Gichiwi Dani Haicha. Or you could add Nankshana, which I probably would. I think I forgot to put that on there. But you don't absolutely have to. So Gichiwi Dani Haicha. It's past 3. Or I would probably add the Nankshana on that. 3:30. Okay, so we're going to use the word kisak here. So Gichiwi Dani Naga Kisak Haicha Nankshana. Gichiwi Dani Naga Kisak Haicha Nankshana. Notice the same format. We're just taking out the 30 and adding kisak. So we could also say Gichiwi Dani Naga Kerapana Dani Haicha Nankshana, which would also mean it's 3:30. But you don't have to say all that. Gichiwi Dani Naga Kisak Haicha Nankshana. Okay. And then 3:50. It's almost 4 o'clock, or it's getting ready to be 4. This is where we're going to use the word hikoroho. Oops. It's supposed to be Hikoroho. Sorry for the typo. So, okay, I wrote it correctly in the bottom. 3:50. Gichiwi Jope Hikoroho. Gichiwi Jope Hikoroho. You don't really need to add the Nankshana on that either, but that's one way you could go about saying it. So, also, on the website, we have additional information on all of this. In just a moment, I'll pull up. Okay. So if you go to the website, this is going to be under time and weather. If you go to learning materials and then click on the text, and the PDFs will show up. This is going to be under time and weather. There's additional information on there as well. How to tell time in Ho-Chunk if you want to get a better understanding of it. There's also, a breakdown of how we talk about time. There's pretty much the same thing that I just talked about, with a little bit of variation on some of the things that I talked about. And also there is a practice worksheet. If you wanted to practice telling time in Ho-Chunk, there's a sheet there for you. If you want to do that and send it to somebody in Ho Chunk Academy or in the Ho Chunk Language Division, maybe a picture or an email and ask us how you did. I'm sure any one of us wouldn't mind, taking a look at it and helping you guys out. Otherwise, that's basically telling time in Ho Chunk. I would recommend practicing that with another family member or a friend. That way you can kind of ask each other, because the time changes throughout the day. You can quiz each other on that throughout the day. And if you don't have anybody to learn with at this time, you can always teach somebody and get good practice in that way. So I would recommend doing that. But that's all I have for now. So, Honey Tuk Jawi.